Now you have a trip to the United States, you're going to meet Trump. No. Before then, there's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes on. Hill, you call Washington, D.C. and tell them that they shouldn't do this. And they were calling, putting pressure. That's how you negotiate.
Hi there, dear lovely family, friends, fellow Africans here in the continent, and to you who are in the diaspora, you are most welcome. A few days after 5 African heads of state traveled to Washington, D.C. to meet with Mr. Donald Trump, Africans have reacted and criticized those leaders for attending that summit. There are those who went far and asked, what did Africa get from the 5 presidents meeting with Mr. Donald Trump beyond photo session and contract for exportation? First of all, there are those who said African leaders were disrespected, humiliated. And of course, you can see, if you look very keen in this image, you find that Mr. Donald Trump, the President of the United States of America, sitting down on the chair, while the last 5 African heads of state were standing. On the front of that table, you find that there's this cape, the cape written with the words in the front, "Make America Great Again." So why don't maybe Trump hide this "Make America Great Again"? Why "Make America Great Again" is in the front of everything. So it means even our leaders are there to make America great again. So before moving too far, what you see here in this image, these are 5 African leaders. But before coming to US to meet with Mr. Donald Trump, these African leaders were not met anywhere. So even we Africans to come together, we are waiting white man to call us, to bring us together. And if we are serious with what we want, before coming to US to meet with Mr. Donald Trump, we have to meet ourselves in the continent of Africa, to have our own agenda that we are going to US, we are being invited, but this is our agendas. We are going to discuss if it is about minerals, this is our stance. If it's about cooperation, this is our stance. If it is about maybe economy or business, this is what we are going to discuss. If you ask here, our leaders, everyone has his own, and that's why you saw that some of our leaders were offered golf course. So what does golf add to our life? We need golf. Some were praised that they have good English. Is it true that all Africans are speaking English? And what does English mean to our life? Those are just technique to conquer someone. If you want to conquer someone, you have to praise him. So he feel that he is so exceptional, and it will be easy for him to expose many things. And that's what Trump has done. So what I want to say, we need to have our own agenda. This meeting is for Mr. Donald Trump, and Mr. Donald Trump know what he wants. And that's why you see African leaders are standing while Trump is sitting down. And in the front of that table, there's a cape written, "Make America Great Again." So African leaders are contributing to make America great again. So I'm waiting to hear from you also. Please share your opinion. What is your stance on this? Is this right? What's happening here is humiliation, is respect, or it is normal? So I'm waiting to hear from you. Again, not for the benefit of Africans. That's why some said 5 West African leaders from Liberia, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Mauritania, and Gabon flew to Washington, D.C. to meet with Donald Trump, only to be talked down, to pressured into accepting deported migrants and offered investments deal that mostly benefit U.S. corporation. And of course, I was listening what our leaders was talking about, or were talking about. If you listen one by one, you can understand that all of them, they are talking about, they have minerals, but you didn't heard Mr. Donald Trump telling African leaders that America has minerals. So all African leaders are saying they have resources. As if America don't have resources. America has resources, but America is not telling African leaders about their resources. It's we Africans who are telling America that we have resources. So it means we looks like we are going for begging. You know, I was shocked when the president of America, of course, Mr. Diomaye Faye, was offered for the Gulf cause. Just imagine you are traveling from Senegal to Washington, D.C. to discuss Gulf investment. Is it true that we lack Gulf skills? And what Gulf skills can help us as the people of Africa? We have oil, we have minerals, we have natural gas. What will Gulf add to us? I think we need to look beyond. We need to be conscious. You know, America is very tactic. They know what they want, and that's why, first of all, they downgrade us. They put us down, first of all, so that we feel inferior. When they speak, we say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And of course, I was listening, the president of Liberia, talking many, yes, sir, yes, sir. And what Trump did is to tell him that you have a good English. So you see how Trump is so technical. He conquered the mind of the president of Liberia by telling him that in all African leaders who are here, you are the one who know English. So you feel like you are a good man. Maybe you are someone exceptional. But all in all, what these people want is meaningless. Your English is useless. How can you become a good English speaker while you have nothing, while you are still poor? What does your English add to normal citizen? What our leaders, our citizens, our people are getting from your good English? So you can see that those are just tactics to conquer the people, to conquer the minds of the people. So if you look this image, that's no different with the image during colonialism, when you saw Africans carrying white people in their shoulders. The same to this one. And that's what you see. And Trump has shocked the African leaders, triumphed them, and humiliated them in general. If you want to understand what I'm saying, look this image of President Putin here. This is Putin with President Traore and other African leaders. You can see Putin himself is standing and other African leaders are standing. If you go to Mr. Donald Trump, you can see the difference. Here Trump is sitting down and he has put the caption in the front of his table, "Make America great again." So we are here to make America great again? Or we are here to sign the deal? What is our benefit? What did Africa get after meeting with Trump? What these 5 presidents are going to benefit from Mr. Donald Trump, apart from signing deals that will allow America corporations and companies to have access to our natural resources? Have you heard people talking about schools, hospitals? All of them, they're talking about minerals. You can see how Trump is so technical. I was listening to the president of Botswana, President Duma Gideon Boko, and I wish even you to hear from President Boko. Maybe you can catch something. Listen what Boko has said.
The United States is not a producer of diamonds. Diamonds are high value. And so when you look at a trade imbalance, we are bringing in more than you are bringing to our country. It is because we are bringing to our country what you don't have. It is high value. And by the way, many of your businesses and enterprises are operating because of our diamonds. If you stifle us, you kill these businesses. That is why we mobilized them, all of them, United States enterprises. And we said, call the Hill, call Washington, D.C., and tell them that they shouldn't do this. And they were calling, putting pressure. That's how you negotiate. So when we get to the negotiating table, we understand what is at stake. And one of the things that people think happens is, now you have a trip to the United States, you're going to meet Trump. No. Before then, there's a lot of work behind the scenes that goes on. You lobby. You mobilize people you know and people who know the president. You create an environment. Somebody asked me, do you play golf? I said, no, I don't play golf. I'm not even sure I like it. I play soccer. And he said, you know, if you were a golfer, I could arrange for you to go and play golf with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. I said, damn, you see, it will come from Mahalapi. That boy doesn't have any golf knowledge. The key is golf. If he was a soccer guy, I would say, let's go and kick some balls, bro. But it can't happen. But I don't think it's a very difficult thing to swing that thing. If one can score penalties, you can score. You can hit a few of those. In fact, I don't even think you need to hit this thing accurately, because they spend the whole day looking for the balls more time looking for the balls in the bushes than putting. So it's fun. I can try it. But there's a lot of preparatory work that goes on. And sometimes when the ministers go, and you don't understand why they are going, it is because they have to be engaged in this preparatory work. Let me tell you, we've lost in the past many things. One of them is the issue of the spectrum.
Yes, welcome back. That is Mr. Gideon Dumaboko, the president of Botswana, talking about how he can express himself in front of Mr. Donald Trump if there's that opportunity. And of course, he said it is not easy to meet with Mr. Donald Trump. So, dear lovely family, I think let us go back to our point. What did Africa get from the 5 presidents meeting with Trump in Washington, D.C.? What, as Africans, we are going to benefit from this meeting? And of course, people will say we are going to get jobs, we are going to get maybe employment opportunities, technologies. But ask yourself, for more than 50 years, people are coming to Africa, investing to our continent. What Africa has benefit? What Africans have benefit? You know, this is told that we have been told that people are coming to get jobs, people are coming to maybe to share with us their knowledge. No one is going to give us technology. If we don't find our own technologies, no one is coming to give us technology. If it is simple like that, we already have technologies. What we need as Africa is to unite, to come together. So just imagine all these leaders, they have resources, but they cannot come together to discuss, to share their thought without a white man in the middle. So we need a white man in the middle to meet. Let me ask you, have you heard one day that President of Guinea, President of Mauritania, Gabon, all these leaders, they didn't meet in Africa, but they meet in Washington, D.C.? It looks like we are still believing that we cannot come together until we have been brought by white people. And we are there for the photo opportunities. And I'm sure the one who will benefit is Mr. Donald Trump. We Africans will not benefit anything, despite people say we are going to benefit, because this is not our meeting. This is the meeting of Mr. Donald Trump. When our leaders met, and if even before going to US, they have to meet first. They have to come together and say, we are going to US. What is our agenda as Africa? We are going to meet with Mr. Donald Trump. This is our agenda. So we are going to discuss this and this. Out of that, we are not going to discuss. And that's why you find that we are asking for golf. We are being praised for good English. The thing that we don't need as Africans. Is it all Africans want to play golf? Is it that all Africans are speaking good English? So I think we have to wake up. We have to wake up to change our minds. So, my dear lovely family, up to that, I have no more to share, but he was shocked by this image. And that's why I brought you this image again, so that you can understand. I'm waiting to hear more from you. What is your opinion? What is your perspective? What is your views from what you are saying? But all in all, we are here to make Africa great, and to make sure that we Africans, we build the Africa that all of us, we want. Thank you. That Mr. Donald Trump is sitting down while African leaders are standing. So maybe you may say the space is not enough, but why Trump is sitting and African leaders looks like bodyguard? That's no different with this photo and the photo of Africans who killed white men and taking white men in the career from one place to another. There's no difference. And if you look very keenly in this image, you find that there's a cape here of Mr. Donald Trump written, "Make America Great Again." So all these leaders, including our leaders, are there to make America great again, not to make Africa great. So all of them with their resources are there to make America great again. And Mr. Donald Trump is sitting down. Others are standing. You can see the difference. I want to show another image to show how we are being disrespected. Look at the image of this image here. You can see this is President of Russia, President Vladimir Putin, and this is our leader, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. You can see all African leaders are standing. Even Putin is standing. But if you come to Mr. Donald Trump, you can see here. You see, Trump is sitting. African leaders are standing up. Looks like bodyguard of Mr. Donald Trump. This is a new Berlin conference. This is a new Berlin conference, but in a tactical way. And of course, if you listen what our leader were said in that meeting, many of them said, yes, sir. For instance, I was listening, the president of Liberia. He has a lot of yes, sir, yes, sir. You see? And he was praised for speaking good English. So just imagine. And of course, I have been already shared my thought on why Trump praised the president of Liberia for speaking good English. What does good English mean to us? Apart from that, let us go to the president of Senegal, Diomaye Faye. This one. And all of us, we expected that because Diomaye Faye is a young leader, is so courageous, he can share things, good things for the benefit of the Senegalese. But what he asked is for golf. So do you want to tell me that Senegalese has or Senegalese have scarcity of maybe golf investment? What does golf investment mean to the people of Senegal? While Trump is looking for minerals, for oil, our leaders are asking for golf investment. So I think, why don't we beg for school, hospitals, if it is about begging, industry, investment? Why President Diomaye Faye was reduced to beg for golf course? What does golf mean to us?
Thank you, Africa, Mama Africa. Oh, yeah. You make Africa great. Thank you, Africa. Thank you, Africa.